My thing is, it's like if I have to wear one of these silly ass masks, I don't want those surgical blue ones. So this is what I decided to go with. I think it looks nice. I'm gonna take a photo right here.
Take that ridiculous thing off.
In the criminal justice system, street racing offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Street Racing Prevention Unit. These are their stories.
That looks like a Durango that has a Hellcat badge on it. But that can't be true because there's no Hellcat Durango yet. I mean, the Hellcat Durango is coming, but unless this guy has taken a Hellcat wait a minute, this guy's got badges. He's got badges all over his truck. Look at this guy. This guy's got the Hellcat badge on his truck. So what does this mean? Does this mean that this guy has put a Hellcat engine in his Durango without getting the Brembo braking kit that's $10,000 for the Durango SRT and adding that to the truck? I would hope that if this guy has put a Hellcat engine in there, that he has upgraded the brakes. In fact, I'd also hope that he's upgraded the transmission as well, because, you know, a Hellcat engine will tear this car apart if you... Well, how about that? Well, he's leaving, so I guess I won't be able to find out today, because I just hope, listen, for you guys who keep on buying these engines like the Elephant and the Hellcat, please don't put that engine in one of these cars and not upgrade your braking system, because the last thing I need to see is you get into some horrible car accident because you've got like 797 horsepower fucking car, but the brakes are designed to stop a V6 from doing 100 miles an hour. And it takes like 10 seconds. It's like, please, guys, upgrade your goddamn brakes, please. I'm so sick and tired of all of these power junkies who don't seem to understand that if you don't get these things from the factory, they're not properly balanced. I'm so tired of seeing that. It's like when you got these kids who buy these Honda Accords and they put mufflers on them to make them sound loud, and then they say, oh, well, how can I make it fast? And then they try to put all types of shit in the cars. Next thing you know, they end up with something that's uncontrollable, some front wheel drive, torque steering piece of shit that they can't drive, and next thing you know, they get into a fucking horrible car accident. You know, you have to have big brakes. You gotta have those Brembo brakes. You can't have those little brakes that don't say nothing. And when I say you have to have upgraded brakes, I'm not talking about you putting that bullshit caliper cover that's $10 and it's plastic and it says the name of your car on it. That's not what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about Brembo braking kits. Brembo. Like, if you can't get Brembo, it should say like Mercedes-Benz or BMW or Cadillac or something, because usually it's Brembo 6-piston calipers. It's just that, you know, they say the name of the luxury car manufacturer. But if yours aren't like that, they should at least say Brembo, and then they should say 6 or even 8-piston calipers. Like, don't put all this power in these fucking cars and now you can't stop and you slam into the back of somebody. We don't need that. We don't need that, okay? Man, look at this Infiniti. He must have like the light package on his car. He's got lights on his mirrors. He's got all types of lights on his car and everything. But you know, them Infinitis, they can't hang with us. It's like you're going to need more than that little EQ V6 to hang with us. You're going to need a whole hell of a lot more. It's like, yeah, man, my car's fast. And then all of a sudden you feel that torque steer and you can't turn. Next thing you know, you slam right into a wall. And it's happened so many times. It's like, please do not upgrade your power in your car unless you have a Brembo braking kit. See, that's why I can feel comfortable driving fast in an SRT product, because they charge you so much goddamn money for these brakes that you know them shits work, you know? exactly what the flags have been raised for, but they've got them on just about every single one of these bridges here. Not sure what that's about. I guess they're finally starting to understand just how bad this coronavirus is. Because you know those idiots at Fox keep on trying to compare this shit to the fucking common cold and to diabetes and to smoking and cancer and shit. Thing about it is, I can't catch fucking diabetes from somebody coughing on me. I cannot catch heart disease from somebody fucking coughing on me. So for anybody at this point to be comparing coronavirus to other regular natural causes of death, they are basically showing you how stupid they are. So my guess is, I guess after this thing kills 200,000 or maybe 300,000 people, maybe these fucking idiots in the media, like those moron fucks over at Fox or those stupid bastards at Conservative Talk, perhaps these idiots will wake the fuck up. And after you stop counting bodies, maybe they'll understand that this is definitely not the flu. And it's definitely much, much worse. But when you have a president who's a fucking idiot, you know, what are you going to do? If you have bad leadership at the top, it filters down to the rest. But that's just what you got to deal with right now. So your only option is, come November, line up to vote this stupid fuck out of office. That is your only obligation at this point. Now, granted, he's got a lot of defenders, he's got a lot of protectors who are going to show up because they're fucking stupid and they're going to keep voting for him. But that's that's whatever they want to do. That's their obligation. My thing is, your job is to make sure you show up to vote this moron fuck out of office. Do you understand? That is your only obligation. All other priorities take second seat to that one goal. We are at Home Depot. I decided to get some cleaning products and whatnot for the kitchen. And as you can see, they have the social distancing line bullshit going on. So I guess you guys get to just wait with me. In fact, I should do a live video. That would be pretty cool. I could do a live video right now. Why not? A lot of people ask me when I'm giving out stock advice and investment tips, they ask me what apps am I using. Now, as far as you see right now, this is the regular Apple Stocks app. Now, the reason why I specifically like Apple Stocks is because it allows you to see where company stocks are at a glance, and it allows you to set up a watch list so that this way you can watch stocks that you're interested in buying or that you've already purchased. So basically what you're looking at is stocks that I've put some amount of risk in. Some of them I've actually sold out of. Now, the issue that most people would probably have with Apple stocks is that Apple stocks doesn't itself allow you to invest because Apple, as you know, is not a trading company. So basically, this is something that allows you to see at a glance where the stocks are or where the company's positions are. But you're going to need a secondary app of some type in order to actually do your investing. What I like most about Apple stocks, for example, is that if you want to see why a specific company is moving, usually, like for instance, my Tesla stock, what I have remaining, you can go to their news and you can look at their news, and the news gives you really up-to-date news. It even tells you where it's from. Like you got Market Watch, Reuters, CNBC. It tells you who's giving you this news. So this way, for the most part, you know all of this stuff's legit. Like, don't buy into that Donald Trump bullshit about everything being fake news, because the simple fact of the matter is he's the fake news. So what you see right here is where it says, like, for instance, Reuters, Tesla's China car registration surge in March as Shanghai factory back up. Now that the Chinese are coming off of their quarantines,
the production is going back forward like it's supposed to be. So because of the fact that these things are starting to move again, now you see Tesla's shares creeping up, and they have been moving up pretty quickly. Like if you look at them in the last 3 months, they were trading at 929, 930, somewhere around there. And then they, because of coronavirus, as soon as it started, somewhere around right about the beginning of February, you see it go down and it dipped at 361. For people who were smart enough to buy into Tesla at 361, they right now are up to 709. When I'm touching the screen, you can see it adds the line that allows you to track where a stock is at a certain date. So that's one of the reasons I like Apple's stock app, because with multi-touch, it makes it really easy for you to see what was going on. The one thing I would like is if, as I move from date to date, I really wish that there was a way for this thing to show news from that specific day, so that this way, like let's say if you're right here, you can see what happened during that time. Unfortunately, the news apps aren't that interactive where on a specific date, you can see exactly what the climate and market was like on that day. It would be really nice if some news company could do that and make a stock app that could do that. But for right now, I don't think they can do that. So anyway, I've already sold a bit of my Tesla stock, and I'm waiting for Tesla to get back to 1,000. As soon as a Tesla is $1,000 a share, considering I bought it back in 2012, that is a considerable profit, because you're going from like $31 a share all the way up to freaking 930. But once it hits 1,000, I'm selling. I'm done. I don't care if it goes higher than that. At that point, I'm just selling, because, you know, I'll have profited enough to make whatever I've gained worth it. I mean, that's several dozen times what I paid for it. So, I mean, fine. That's fine by me. Now, my new plays, again, for 2020, which I've walked you through, is Ford Motor Company. As you can see, 3 months ago, Ford was about $9.18. Coronavirus kicked the shit out of it and brought it down to $4. And I had made a couple of videos. I was trying to tell people you should get in. I don't know how many people listened. But even if, let's say, you didn't hit it at the $4 mark, even if you hit it at the $5 mark, what is it? Right here is $4.20. But even if you get it anywhere between $4 and $5, you're still good, because right now, for instance, it's up to $5.29. But the thing about it is, once coronavirus is pretty much over and dealt with, Ford is going back to where it was trading before. So you should double your money off of whatever you put into it. Now, I don't think we're going to see the highs post bailout of $16 and $17. I don't think we're going to get that high, but the possibility is that we could, because you have to remember the government's using the Defense Production Act right now in order to use, as you can see from this news, to use Ford to help make ventilators and such and such. Ford just happens to be one of the few factories that these fucking scumbag business corporation pieces of shit weren't able to send over to China, which is one of the reasons why you can so quickly say, listen, we have a public health crisis. We need ventilators. We need you to make them. Ford, Chrysler, GM, they're making ventilators. They're making PPE equipment, right? This is why you never give your fucking factories to a fucking foreign country. Okay, so now that I've gotten that out of my system, Ford is doing pretty well. As you can see, Chrysler right here. Chrysler's at $8.35. I bought into Chrysler. Let's see, the 3-month mark, I bought into Chrysler. I made so many videos. It's like nobody listens to them. It's like in order for me to get people to pay attention, I have to be driving around chasing around Toyotas and fucking Hondas. Meanwhile, nobody's interested when I'm actually telling you how to fucking make money. But anyway, whatever. $6.35. That was the low. This was in mid-March. And right now we are up to $8.35. I love this app. It's so easy to use. I really like it. And as you can see, it says Fiat and Chrysler, they're starting their factories back up. You can look at the news. This is why I like the Apple Stock app. It's so simple to use. It's so crisp and clean and clear. It's so easy to understand. I really like that. Now, here's the issue, though. as far as airlines, people keep on asking me, they're like, oh, if you're buying airline stock, when's a good time to get in? Here's the issue, and I've said this a couple of times. JetBlue right now is still under $10. The thing about it is JetBlue, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, and United Airlines, as well as Spirit and Alaska, all of these airlines have basically been cutting down flights. They are about to announce their losses next week. So they're starting supposedly April 21st to the 25th. They're supposed to be announcing their losses. Some of these airlines have actually made gains during this time, but for the most part, it's been losses because obviously coronavirus made it so you can't fly. So I expect there to be some dips in the share prices of these companies simply because we know that they're about to announce losses. And there's some people that have bought in and they're going to sell out. You got a lot of these day traders and you got a lot of these ETFs and they're going to sell what they purchase. So I expect there to be some dips. So if you haven't already bought into the airlines, next week is definitely your target date. I would say somewhere between next week Wednesday and next week Friday. The problem is you don't know exactly when these CEOs are going to come out and say, this is how much money we lost. So to some extent, you have to accept that you may not hit the absolute bottom. Like, for instance, I believe with JetBlue, the absolute bottom, when I first started talking about airline stocks, was about $6.86. You're not probably going to, I've got friends, I don't know if you noticed that note. I have friends who are telling me as they're getting their stimulus check, if she got her check, then that means that she makes less than $99,000. I'm not getting Trump's welfare check because I make more than $150,000 a year. So after you make $99,000, you can't get it pretty much. But anyway, $9.24 is where we're at right now. It's been wavering around $10, but the thing about it is it dipped a couple of days ago. I think it was like 2 days ago. It dipped to like, what was this, April 3rd? It was $7.48. It dipped a couple of times. But the thing about it is the feds have pretty much worked things out with the Treasury. So they have a $50 billion deal going, and the Treasury is doing that because they know this is an essential service. They can't allow the airlines to go under because of freaking coronavirus. Now, I know a lot of these libertarians are like, yeah, you should let them fail. That's not going to happen. Fuck libertarianism. They don't care. The government is not going to allow the airlines to go under. They're just not going to allow it. United Airlines target price is under $30. I don't know how much further United Airlines can go, but as you can see, the lowest this shit has been $21. So if you're interested in United Airlines, it's going to cost you a lot more than if you were to just buy Spirit Airlines or JetBlue. I'm hoping Spirit Airlines can dip below $10, but as you can see, the lowest it's been was $8.69. But now when you look at Spirit Airlines high, and these are the things that you're paying really attention to. First of all, you want to know, where was this stock 3 months ago before coronavirus? That is most likely where it will typically be trading, somewhere around. So that should give you an idea about how much money you'll make back based on your investment. So Spirit was at $44.58. So we know it's somewhere around $40 as normal. Right now it's down here, and we're right here at $13.88. So you look at the 3 month, and then you look at how it's been over the 1 year, 2 year, and 5 year. It's had a high of $79. Now imagine you bought into Spirit at $13.88 right now, and somehow it went back to $40 or it went back to where it was at $77. Well, there's nothing saying that can't happen once things get back to normal. I would say you're more likely to be at the $40 mark than you'd be at the $70 mark. But over a long period of time, assuming that we never have or don't have any time in the near future another one of these pandemics, you can imagine that most of these airlines are going to take steps to protect themselves in case there's another pandemic. But you can also imagine that whatever money you spend right now, you might make 3 or 4 times that. So that's just how you look at it. Now, what I will also show you is with TD Ameritrade, for instance, right? TD Ameritrade is who I'm using. That's who I use for my share trading. I used to use E-Trade, but TD Ameritrade just happened to be so much easier for me. I have a TD Ameritrade not far from either one of my houses. There's one in Queens, and there's also one out here in Long Island, and it's not far from me. It's like less than 3 miles. So anyway, TD Ameritrade, what I do like about them, if you go to the part where it says more, they actually have informational videos that actually teach you, where you can watch these videos one by one. It actually teaches you how to understand IPOs. It teaches you how to read stock charts, how to invest, and how to trade. So if you're one of these people who suddenly decided, yeah, you want to get into stocks and trading, I would definitely, if I were you, I'd watch all of these videos one by one. As you can see, most of them, they're less than 4 minutes each. You can probably do all of this within maybe 2 or 3 hours. And you can rewatch them at your will. So this will help you learn a lot about stock trading. Thing about it is there's also YouTube videos for people who may not have TD Ameritrade or people who are using some different trading platform. So that's something you definitely want to look at. And furthermore, if you do choose to use TD Ameritrade, they have how-to videos. The how-to videos. And by the way, if you download this app, I believe you have access to the education even if you don't have an account. But if I were you, I would still have an account with them because I like their trading platform, and thus far I've had no issues whatsoever. The how-to videos explain to you how to do certain things, like to remove money from your bank account, or how to do multi-leg option strategies, or how to trade stocks and electronic trading funds. So basically, that's all I really wanted to say. So I guess that's 10 minutes worth of stock advice. Because a lot of people, you don't understand the terms, you don't understand the the strategies and whatnot. There's no guarantee of market performance. Something like coronavirus can come and wipe a market out, as you can see. The thing about it is, considering the banks are only giving you 0.05% interest on your money, you're probably better off considering investing a little bit of your money than you are just leaving it in a bank account where it earns virtually nothing.